Hey, all righty. How you all doing? Evening. I've tried to. Oh, my bald head is still sort of shining, isn't it? Hi Lloyd. Hi Bobby. Bobby McGarby. Yeah, all right. Bobby McGarby's there. Trevor. Just waiting to see if Justin has fake tan and makeup tonight. No, I haven't got fake tan and makeup. I'm trying to adjust my lighting a little bit. I don't know if it helps. Hi Craig. Hi Marty. Thanks for joining me, guys. Okay, so of course we're doing follow or forget. Again, I've got three stocks. I've refined it a little bit. I've been going through the submissions and sort of editing them so it makes more sense. Hopefully, anyway. And is my bald head still shining unbelievably? Paul, thanks for joining me. Richard, evening. You're right. Never mind the light. Thanks, Paul. I'm trying to adjust it. I've got to get Steve. Steve's the guy. He's the guy in charge of all the cameras and all that stuff. I've got to sort him out. Okay, because he's in. He's probably watching on his 90-inch screen at the moment. Hi, Russell. Hi, S. Morley. Brutal market, isn't it? Absolutely brutal. I don't know what you think of it. I don't know how your portfolio is at the moment, but it's hard work, isn't it, at the moment? And and a lot of people are thinking a bear market's going. What's your thoughts? A bear market definition is a drop of 20% from the 52-week high. And so we're nowhere near that. The AIM market at the moment is around about 7% down from its recent high. And so we're nowhere near that. So, but what do you think? Hi, Alan. Hi, Malcolm. Tiny AIM, thanks for joining. So what do you think? Is your thoughts? Do you think it's a correction or do you think we're going to the bear? What I think is this. I genuinely think we got Brexit hanging over our heads. We've got Trump's trade wars with China. Okay, I think these two will be clear before the end of the year, and we'll have a cracking centre rally. I think because China's hurting, America's not liking it. They've got to sort that out. So a deal will be done there. Trump is just playing for a deal. That's all he's doing. Brexit, of course, a deal will have to be done. Europe will hurt as well as we will hurt. So a deal will be done somehow. So I think we'll have there's two deals going down. The market will rally like crazy into Christmas. Crazy. We'll have Santa coming in. We'll have a massive rally. And then next year, recession. That's what I think. I do think we're in for a recession. Up until last week, I was about 40% in cash, but I've been buying this week. Put a hanky over the light, some soft lighting. Good advice, Trevor. Evening, Judgy, evening, Malcolm, Alan, yes, Bobby McGarby, Bobby. PXOG, shocking. UOG, shocking. My holdings, yeah. S. Morley, yes. They are shocking. Hi, Moshin. I like the haircut. I did shave it tonight. Actually, I shaved my own hair. I just see it's a very efficient way of doing your hair, But who's my barber? It's me. Too cool. Yeah, it's good. Evening, Ben. Good to see someone smiling. Yeah, listen, this is the market. You know what happens is when people get worried and they sell, right? They get worried and they sell, and then when there's no more other people to sell, we rally. That's it. It happens. We've got a very short memory when it comes to the markets, I think. And I do genuinely think we'll have a massive rally. Well, the trade deal will happen. The Brexit deal will happen. We'll rally crazy into Christmas. And like I said, when people have stopped selling, there's no more sellers, that's when we start to rally. When everyone's given up for the ghost, we'll start to rally. But I do believe we're heading towards a recession. I think we're a massive rally up until May, summer next year, and then we're heading into recession. So, but there's plenty of money to be earned. So recessions as well, though, shouldn't be worried. I would get some cash on your in your portfolio middle of next year, and you can make cracking money during a recession. Absolute cracking money. Yeah, Jan Garden Mines, right? I know Brian promised the placing at 5 pence. What did he do that for? Is he an idiot? He shouldn't have done that. He shouldn't have done. He's trying to spoof the market. I will put the money up myself. That's what he said at 5 pence. And then he did a placing at 3 pence. So listen, sentiment is down on the management, but the project is fantastic, I believe. I mean, look at the IRR figures, the NPVs on that, and look at the exploration, 44 exploration targets, 3 mining licenses. There's a lot of upside there, a lot of potential. Yeah, Jan yesterday, too cool. Toulouse is good news from Toulouse, yes. Tiny Aim bought some more PRD today. Good idea. Yeah, do you know, that's what I'm doing. Sometimes we always look elsewhere, for other stocks. We go searching for new stocks. When a lot of the time, and I did tweet this out in a funny kind of way, look within. You've done some good research on some of the stocks in your portfolio, and now they're cheap. again. So why not just top up? I've been topping up this week. I bought some more C4XD today. I bought some more. What else did I buy? I bought some more Cora gold. Look within your portfolio. Forgive and forget. Okay, let's get on to that. What's the deal with? I don't know. Little Yola. Hello, little Yola. Moshin, Justin. We need to talk about RMP, do we? Okay, cake. Yes, fake cake, wasn't they? See, and I think Ben pointed this out. A lot of people, talk about small cap stocks and they're dodgy and all this. Patisserie Holdings was suspended today because of fraudulent, sort of goings on in the accounts. It happens in bigger stocks as well. It happens in that. Yeah. Anyway, so we do a good market correction. You're right, Richard. Yeah, I need to sell my house by next May. Yeah. Rally. PRD. Bradley reckons Predator, Europa, UOG. Yeah. Honestly, hold on in there. Justin, are you watching Emmerdale? No, I'm not watching Emmerdale. What are you talking about? I'm watching you. Anyway, pump and dump. No, it isn't. People say pump and dump, right? People promote the stocks. I like people who promote them factually, right? But short-term traders do pump and dump. I'm not a short-term trader. I will not promote a stock that I'm not going to be in for a long time. I do have the odd punt. It doesn't really work out. But people promote the stocks. There are people, we know that on Twitter. The thing is, you have to know who they are. They're short-term traders. They will pump, and they use all these opinion-based nonsense, and they'll try and get that share price up. But, as investors, you should know about that. You should know these people. Anyway, let's get on. Mark, hi, fella. I3E. Yeah, it's hard at the moment. Anyway, listen, I've got 3 stocks being submitted for follow and forget. Let's get to the first one. It is an oil and gas. So you basically say follow or forget, okay? I'll read out the submission and you tell me whether you think it's worth a follow or to forget. Okay, oil and gas onshore production and exploration in the UK. That's what it is. It's 19 million market cap, 19. Last interims, or in fact, loss of 1 million for the 6 months ended 31st of March. That's how much they lost in the last 6 months. What's the potential of the company assets? Massive, going to be put in the Brockham oil well into production. Just finished testing the Balcombe well. It flowed at 3,000 barrels of oil per day on test of the Kimmage layers, which exceeded capacity of the separator equipment. I did read into this. It went up to 3,000, they brought it back down. And then on natural flow, 853 barrels of oil per day. And then it went naturally also 1,500. But anyway, they've got 1.2 in cash million, that is. They're going into production on Brockham oil well very soon. Management have shares, so Paul Vonk, Jonathan Tidswell, and 3 other big holders, about 25%. Currently, one of the large shareholders, Bergen, has been selling their shares, which has suppressed the share price. So, you probably know. Angus Energy, what do you reckon? Is it a follow? Is it a forget? Too Cool says, please stop now. Angus, trade account, you're right. Craig, follow. Yeah, Molly, you're right. Follow Molly, yeah, Angus. Forget. Yes, okay, Too Cool says forget. Angus, it is. You're right, little Yola. Little Yola. Got to wait for Bergen to sell a few. Yeah. Well, you know what? You've always got to look at these sellers. I saw this in a stock today, actually. And I quite like, and not this price, but I quite like BBSN, Brave Bison. But there's a phenomenal seller in there. It's about 14% left, Invesco, I think it is. And so it's about 1.4 million pounds worth of shares left in that company. The market cap is only 9 million. There's going to be big sales in there coming in. And today it went up by 9%. And I'm thinking, okay, I like that company about 6 million market cap. It's about 9 million now. And so when you see a rise, it's easy to jump in, fear of missing out. But when you realize you've got a big seller like that in the background, just stand back a while. You can wait for the right price. So follow. Yeah, we got follow 1.2 cash and 863 BOPD for 90 million market. It's not good enough. Forget DK. It's not good enough. Yeah, it's hard to see that they did 2 tests there on that. 3,000 was the most. It came down. Listen, what a good oil and gas guy told me, right? Says when you do a short flow test and you put that out to market, you should never read anything into that at all. You've got to do a flow test at least for 7 days. and normally a couple of weeks because the pressure does go down on these reservoirs. So always look at the time duration of the flow test. They're saying that the first time UKOG did a flow test, it was like over 7 hours, 3 hours, and ridiculous. And they were pumping out 18,000, I don't know, 1,800, I think, originally. But there's no point doing a flow test over that period because you will get high pressure. It's like shaking up a can. The pressure comes up and then it drops. So you've got to let go for at least a week. Do your own research, but follow. Little Lola. Okay, Angus Energy, you forget. Okay, I think it's half and half there. I'm not doing the counting, but it's half and half, I think. Let's go to the next one. I had to edit some of these. Kind of look. It takes a bit of time. I had to look into the interims and all that to find out how much cash they had. And this one, they raised money exactly before the interim date, the end date for the interims. But that was included in the thing. So anyway, what does the company do? See if you can guess what it is. An exploration and development company focused on gold and copper deposits, primarily in the highly prospective Arabian-Nubian Shield. 95% owned Tulu Kapi project in Ethiopia. Probable ore reserves of 1 million ounces and mineral resource totaling 1.7 ounces. 40% owned in Jabal Qutman project in Saudi Arabia with mineral resources totaling 0.7 million ounces. Okay, market cap 11. Last interim results, they lost 6.6 million. Potential of the company assets. So I copied this and pasted this in. But essentially, listen to this now. Listen. The financial model base case, assuming gold price of $1,300 per ounce, indicates a payback of approximately 3 years, EBITDA of over $73 million per annum, and a post-debt NPV of 115 million at construction start. Total costs, all-in costs, including depreciation, amortization, $1,000 an ounce. Okay, how much cash does the company have? Now, they've got about 494K, okay, on the 30th of June. They did raise 3 million, like I say, just before the 16th of June, but it was paid to contractors pretty much on directors' fees. What's the significant milestone? A receipt of first installment of 9 million from ANS this quarter for 7% shareholding in Tulu Kapi. Construction of mine expected to start early 2019. Commissioning and production is expected to take place in H2 2020. Management have shares about 11%, and directors have altogether. This company is hated by market because of years of delays, but looks like things are being kicked off now and on first pour H2 2020. So, what do you reckon? Whoa. It's loss making. Justin, what do you think of Alan Sugar? Alan Sugar, I think, right, he's a genius, but I think he's intellectually thick. But it just proves you don't need brains to make lots of money at all. I mean, if that were the case, every professor in every university would be well off. They're not. They're earning a half decent wage, not even decent. But I mean, Alan Sugar, yeah, he's a grumpy old sod, isn't he? Cal, for you all, thoughts on Valerix? No, do you know what? I sold Valerix. Couldn't be bothered. I did double the money on that, and in the end, I just sold. Like I said, 2 weeks back, I was 40% in cash, and because I foresaw, it's not a genius on my part, but I foresaw a bit of a tricky couple of months with Brexit and trade deals, so I just started scaling out. Whenever I had good liquidity in the share, I sold. So follow, Angus. So that was Kefi. Yeah, it was Kefi. Now, what worries me about this, right, first and foremost, is I know most projects assume a higher commodity price than is actual there. They're assuming a commodity price of $1,300 per ounce. Okay, all-in costs are $1,000. We're not far off that. The gold price is at a bit of a low, so we're not far off that, are we really? So that's what worries me. It's not a very low-cost operation. That's what worries me about Kefi. Anyway, what do you think? DK worth a follow. Kefi, start collecting iPhones as there's an ounce of gold in 4 iPhones once you can strip the metals out. There we are. Wait until near production. Yeah. Always look. I mean, you've got to look at a low-cost project. I think any resource company, look at low cost, because if the commodity they're dealing in tanks, and they are the lowest quartile sort of cost producer, they can still, produce a profitable commodity. If they're a high cost producer, they can't. They're going to be in trouble. Like gold at the moment is heading towards 1,000. That's why I think it's good to look at gold stuff at the moment. But good projects. Forget. Good decision. Okay. Yeah. So I'm out in the past. Kefi. Yeah. Do you know what? Kefi was a nightmare for me. And Harry, whatever his name is, the guy who's in charge. Not a big fan. Tiny Aim, no view at the moment. Forget. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Do you know what? I genuinely think there's better gold projects out there. I know it's been a long time. I mean, that's the problem with dealing in those jurisdictions. Like I said, always look at jurisdictions when you're looking at companies in mineral exploration or oil and gas or anything like that, because they've been in Ethiopia and it's taken forever. 2 years that's been going on for. And now, first gold pours in 2020. So who knows? Okay, I sold a while back. Tiny Aim, yes. FTSE dropping as positive Brexit talks, worth shorting. Maybe, yeah. Look at Wolf, Globe bust despite tungsten producer. Yeah, Wolf. Okay, Wolf, yeah. Right. Third one. Yeah, I think we'll have a rally towards the end. I think we'll have a cracking Santa rally, then into recession after that. Okay, the third one is, see if you guess who this is. The company is focused on the development of a substantial 100% owned oil shale assets located in the prospective Green River Formation in the U.S. state of Utah. Market cap around 5.5 million. Last interim full year report, they lost £209,000. I think that was interims, half year. What's the potential of the company assets? A JORC-compliant measured resource of 126 million barrels, plus new RF technology game changer in industry for licensing worldwide to develop oil from oil shale commercially. A 10-bagger from current levels. That is not factual. I like the rest of it, but saying 10-bagger from you can't say that really. You can, but you can't. You can say I believe the assets have the potential to generate 10 tons of value. They are, but they are. How much cash does the company have? 176,000 cash on the 31st of March, approximately 360k as of 28th of June, and following so they're going to have apparently about £1 million because they had a placing as well. Significant milestone: field test program already commercially viable, done in the 1980s. Wow, they're taking the time. More economically viable with current oil price, cost less than $10 a barrel. Do management have shares? Yes. Chris, first name terms. Chris has over 9%, and directors buying regularly. And Leo Duo up to 8% a few days ago. The board are very approachable, and the chairman is in regular contact. Expect 25 pence short term in good order. I like that. What does that mean? Expect 25 pence short term in good order. What does that mean? I'm going to cut this in. So the price of this, does anyone know what that is? That is, yeah, it's the margins are low at £1,000 all-in cost. Yeah, that's right. Forget loss-making cash burning. Yeah, okay. So that is TomCo. Someone said, get them on. TomCo is good. They've had an excellent rally of late. But I like it. So expect 20. They are 9.25 pence at the moment. Someone's saying expect 25 pence from that. Done deal. 25 pence done. What do you think? Follow or forget? TomCo. It's a small cap. I like the cap. It's got $1 million in cash. I quite like that. And I was watching TomCo a long time back. One of these stocks that just you forget about, and then next thing you know, you hear about it on the big risers. And but what do you think? TomCo. Tom is the ticker. Yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, listen. As far as if you talk about Kefi still, I'd still go for, is it a producer you're after? Hummingbird, I think it's very good at the moment. I mean, it's very cheap at the moment, And like I said, and Cora, who Hummingbird own a big chunk of, exploring, they're also worth looking at. Better gold up, current prices, any profit-making companies. Well, too cool. Submit one. At the moment, I've got a long list of stuff, but by all means, submit profit-making companies. But listen, don't get pious and uppity about profit making. If you want to make money in the stock market, a company does not have to be making money. Some of the biggest moves happen in pre-revenue companies. I pretty much guarantee they happen in pre-revenue companies because they're all hype, hope, potential. It's a very powerful factor. Don't worry about profits and revenue too much. That can hold you back, because once you're attached to that value, sort of that traditional value metric, you have to perform in that value metric. That means you have to increase profits or revenue by a certain percentage to get any kind of share price going up. So Marty is forget. Too cool, forget. DK, forget. Craig Brooks, forget. I think Angus is your best of the three, says S. Morley. All three today have been terrible. Thank you, DK. Well, DK, get one in. Obviously, the listeners will forget. As soon as equipment arrives at Brockham, Angus will start getting very interesting. Get your equipment out, lads. Okay, it's 20 past. What TV's on night? What's your thoughts on copper cobalt, Justin? Copper is the deal, isn't it? Copper is the main thing. I've searched around for every kind of exposure via vanadium, cobalt, everything else, lithium, graphite. I think graphite's interesting because it's a bit of under the radar. Like I said, cobalt and lithium are talked about highly. Graphite equally is needed in the EV revolution, but hardly ever talked about. That's why I'm in ACP. I'm not doing research. It's very risky company, but compelling sort of pre-economic assessment there. Scoping study. BZT. I think copper is the thing. I keep coming back to copper all the time. I just think it's first of all you've got these emerging markets industrializing that need copper anyway. Even without forget about the EV, but they need a lot of copper, a lot more copper. And then you add the EV on top, and copper grades are going down. There aren't the projects out there, so get exposure to good copper project. I think copper is the thing. Arse, yes, Asian Met Resources, of course, had that for a while. Graphite, others, yeah, graphene as well, come into play a couple of years down the line. What do you think on ore? I liked ore. The thing with ore is one of my rules up here, right above me on that sheet, a laminated sheet they've got there, is simplicity. And they've got a lot going on. And I actually got up one morning very early, about 3:30, to research ore. And in the end, I didn't like the fact the CEO, CFO didn't have enough shares in the skin in the game, considering they were talking about it in a big style, and a lot of small and I don't like the very early stage, no significant milestone at the moment either, just drilling happening, drilling results, which I know is nice to have drilling results, but it's not a significant value generation milestone like a scoping study or a pre-feasibility study or something like that. So I do like it, but I mean, this is the thing, if the CEO is talking about the company, in such high regards, and you look, then he has like 0.4% of the stock. Well, come on, fella, you're a corporate guy. If you believe you can earn money in this company, you'd buy some stock, full stop. A lot of times, that's what I think. Yeah, ARCM, ACP Graphite, yes. SML, Justin Lee Creek. That's a comedian, isn't it? Justin Lee Creek. Oh, Justin Lee. God, yeah, just Lee Creek. Yeah. Rimal, yeah, SML, nice steady company. Their money, big cheese. All right, fella. MTFB is getting some interest at the moment. Certainly is. Any idea about whether you're doing this tomorrow? No, I don't think I'll do it tomorrow. 2 days. But I was thinking about some people had an idea about doing an RNS show, at 7 in the morning. And just you guys, tell me what RNS is. Are there any good ones out there? And we'll just talk about them. But I don't know. What do you think? Most people are on the way to work, aren't they? Or doing something. Bloomberg said 2022 when shortage of copper, not sooner. What do you think, Justin? Yeah, but the thing is, 2022, okay? How long do you think it takes to bring a mine online? It takes a long time. It takes at least 4 or 5 years to get a mine online. So what you're exploring for now, and grades are degrading. You have to, drilling deeper to get half decent grades now. So yeah, change the shirt tomorrow. Thanks, Too Cool. Guys, that's it for tonight. By all means, if you haven't got the Vox Markets app, get that, because you get RNSs for free straight to the front screen of your phone. And by all means, subscribe to my videos, and maybe I'll do this again. But just in final question, what platform would you recommend to filter AIM stock data? I use Vox Markets as the app. I mean, I use that for RNSs. Sometimes, do I use ADVN? No, I use TradingView now for price alerts. Have a look at my last video on lesson 10. I show you how to basically be a bit disciplined with price, and I use price alerts on charts. Try an RNS show, says Paul. Yeah, but if I do an RNS at 5 to 7 in the morning, and there's about 3 of us here, it's not going to be too much of a show, is it? Someone submitted an order via the form. Okay, I'll go through that and look at it soon. Okay, RNS show. Yep, RNS show. Okay, thanks, Justin. Helpful videos. Thank you, little Yola. FTSE down 2.3%. I know it's been a bloodbath. But I think we're setting up nicely for a nice rally towards year end with the Brexit deal, Trump trade deal, and then a massive rally, then sell off in 2019 into recession, pick up some bargains, become rich by 2025. All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Pammy, for the nice shirt. Thanks, Russell. Thanks, John. BFS asks, yeah, I know it's coming, isn't it? But in this market, would you want to release news in this market? No. I'm not saying they've got it ready. I'm just saying, I'd hold off. Night all. Night Martin. Night Marty. Cheers. Thanks for that. Subscribe and give it a thumbs up if you could, and share it. And we'll do this again sometime. Cheers. Good night. Is it Apprentice on tonight? Or is it tomorrow night? I don't know. Thanks very much. Good night.